Ziggity Zig talking his way at a silver game number 50. It's a game between myself and Mamoth. I suppose it's probably Mammoth, but Mammoth can't spell, so the tricky part is that I just can't see that. Now, today, my voice might sound a little bit different. I am not entirely sure, mostly because I got re-delegated a different headset, so I had to give up my one headset, my newer one that I was using, and I went back to one of the older ones. Because it's just a pile of them sitting around, you just sort of go with what you can get. Don't ask, don't tell. So if it sounds a little different, that's why. And I'm hoping to get something a little different in a while, but for now, also, it's early, and I just sort of sat down, so I'm just sort of setting things up. Here's the noises of me doing things. So, now we can get back to the game and find out exactly what the crap is going on. So this is PvT on, what the crap are we? Antigua Shipyard. Which means that I'm not too worried about walling off. But I want to have this forward pylon. I think that was Agamemnon who suggested that one to me at one point or another. Just to have the kind of the free scout so that you can see that nobody's trying to sneak anything around you. However, it is... Why am I going counterclockwise? The one time I go counterclockwise. Clockwise would have wanted for me. It is Terran. So, Terran don't usually try to sneak anything into your base. The worst they would usually do is kind of do a bunker, and then a barracks just behind it and just sort of bunker rush you like that, and I hate it when they do that because I don't really have any kind of solid defense for it yet. We'll have to research that and try to figure out how we can defend that. Some games with that guy Griff. So there is my gateway on 12, I believe. A few barracks on the way down for Mamoth. Mamoth? I think we'll just go with Mamoth. It feels so weird because on my other headset, this one really covers my ears a lot more, so now I just feel like I'm listening to the inside of my head, because I can't actually hear my own voice. I can only hear the resonance of it. They're that noise cancelling. Yes, that's the truth of it. And apparently also these, the mouthpiece, that piece, that stops working after a while, or at least it's kind of slightly broken. Anyway, so there is continuance. I'm going pylon before Cybercore, which is an interesting maneuver. Why did I go counterclockwise? That's so weird. I usually like to go clockwise. What's turning on over there? Yeehaw! Soak your feet in linseed oil. Wrap your head in aluminum foil. So we got two barracks. There's the refinery. Orbital command is just coming up. So double barracks, no add-ons. So what does that tell you? Rush, push, Hushabush, push Leopold? Probably that. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So there we go, and I managed to get out the beginnings of the warp gate, chronoing that. Sweet. There's the sound of windows turning on over to my left. And to my right, you will see the Rocky Mountains. 22 to 18 worker supply at the moment. Army supply is actually pretty similar. I'm actually staying pretty ahead, and since I now know where he is, I've decided to put this pylon up here to give me a couple seconds, at least maybe 1 or 2 seconds on any kind of drop. Hopefully nothing's going to happen within this little set of smoke. Is that what that is? There we go. Stop him from coming in. So if we actually take a look at the view right now. Oh, here he comes. Yay, hurrah. Okay, so he's doing kind of an SCV push. This is interesting. So this is what he's seeing at the moment. This is what I'm seeing at the moment. All I've got is nothing up at the top. I've got the middle tower. Got a couple of units. Do I have a sentry on the way? No, I just seem to have zealots. That's kind of funny. But I do have another couple of gates. Oh no, I have a 2-gate robo. 2? Really? No? No. There we go. 3-gate robo. It is on its way down. So here they come. I've got 3 Marines and a whole stink pop of this. Now I believe in seeing this, do I chrono this out? Yeah, there we go. I do chrono that. So I chrono out the sentry. But that doesn't seem to do much for me. That was sort of weird. So here I come, pull all my probes. Now the interesting thing there is that he brought all of his SCVs. I did not THWOS pylon myself, which was pretty cool because then his SCVs couldn't really do much. Let's have a quick look at the EPM. I'm running my probes around. I do manage to get another stalker in at the moment. only with a little bit of 19 EPM, and now, there we go. Now, the worker supply is 2315, so the income is definitely in my favor. However, he's probably got some OP mules up there. So maybe it's not quite as good as I think things are. However, I thought I managed that. Maybe not the best with bringing that sentry in the center. I should have pushed back to the side and waited till I had a few more units. I do manage to get a couple more pylons down, and this is when I need to start worrying about a little bit more. Here comes that observer on the way. I do try to get another pylon up to the top, and so at this point I think to myself, alright, fine, that's probably a lot of what he's got. Let's just make sure that he's got nothing in my base, and then do a quick move up. So now I'm ready to come down and get an expo. So I push him away. So I push him away at the exact same moment that I bring out my scouting observer. I'm now starting to remember this game a little bit better. And the scouting observer sees an expansion? Probably not. Okay, actually, yes. So there's the expansion there. His units are actually getting pretty high. The worker supply is back up to par. However, the army's strength is a little bit in my favor, but not by all that much. This is when I decide to move out a few more units. So I don't know what exactly he's working on. He's working on a ghost academy and more barracks. So, but you might be expecting... Shouldn't you be expecting the push? The counter? Maybe? Here come a few more units now. My observer's just keeping track of things, and all we've got now are Marines and one Marauder. No upgrades just yet. Finally, tech lab, reactors, and different things like that. There is one factory just there. But here I come. I've got my observer. Pop the Guardian Shield, up I go. I know what I'm in for, I know what I'm looking at. I know that there's not really all that much that he can do at this point, especially as the Guardian Shield, one Guardian Shield at a time. Pulling these down, blocking off these SCVs. Wow! That was, oh man, I'm sorry. That was really good. I am quite happy and impressed with my force fields just there, which I shouldn't have been, because the SCVs would have come in and done a little bit of damage, maybe not all that much, but just enough, and at this point, I am just safe enough that I can take out the remainder of these units. Probably should be microing this a little, well, obviously I should be microing this a lot better, but I'm terrible at micro, so that's just kind of how that ends up being. Now the weird thing is I do manage to come in and get another set of warpins. I'm just trying as hard as I can, and I've moved my forward probe up, which was really quite handy. I'm managing to still do my split, working on a few things down at the base. I am not getting any more. Yeah, I should really be working on quite a bit more production buildings just as I go. The army supply and worker supply, so he's down on worker supply, units lost and resources lost. So I have been cutting down. Is this kind of bad? I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I think he just destroyed a stalker with, I don't know, it's just some, was that an EMP on a stalker? So try to warp in a few more units here, get another sentry, so remembering to get rid of the sentry, keeping this observer just close to the top. Meantime, here comes an immortal, which will be very handy. I'm going to take out this SCV on my way back up, wait for another round of warp-ins. Not quite ready because for some reason I'm still not making any further production buildings. This guy should really be working on something. Have the middle. I've got an observer at the bottom of the ramp so I can see when he's moving or leaving, and I'm keeping my units over here. That was totally accidental, but a pretty sweet maneuver on my part, must say. So here comes my observer just to go and check and see what he's got. Once again, not all that much. Can probably take that out with one more Guardian Shield and be ready. And now with the addition of the Immortal, I'm ready to keep pushing, keep some pressure up, prevent him from building any further nests. The Mobius reactor is ready to go. Now there is the Ghost with cloak enabled. Nope, nope. No personal cloaking just there. Getting another couple of sentries. I don't know quite what I'm waiting for at the time. Here we go. Here's a couple more gateways and some expansion. Getting a little bit of gas. And there is a robotics bay. I was about to say a Colossus Den. Yeah, from now on they're Colossus Dens. I'm sorry, that's just how it's going to be. Ah, so there we go. I see a missile turret being built, and so I decide to move away from that. And I see another missile turret being built, so I decide to move away from that. And I'm just trying to keep myself away from there. But the issue there is that I don't quite have enough, and so this is when all the missile turrets are on their way in. Here's another couple of zealots, another couple of units ready with my two, yeah, just 2 immortals at the moment, so they're ready to move in. These 2 gateways are ready and done, and my army supply is actually a little bit low. My worker supply, however, is ahead. Here we come, ready to get ourselves into space again. I pop a Guardian Shield, move up, see what we got. These are ready to shoot air. I don't have any air. I managed to split up these units, kill the ones in front while the ones around the back are still trying to run their way in. I back myself up and try to get these guys all choked up, trying to get around, and I'm cutting down these units as best I can. Could probably use another force field there, but I think I'm out of sentries. Trying to bring in some more units, and I don't quite have the Moxie, and I don't have the Micro to get the rest of the units in there, but at least I can see the ghosts, and I'm taking things out. Here come the SCVs once more, so another big round of SCVs that I can get rid of as fast as I can. Trying to kill these units, just get rid of them, because we're now down to just 8 SCVs on my opponents. Oh wait, no, that's not right. 28 SCVs. What was I? I was looking at the army supply. That's not right. So I decide, alright, if he abandoned that base, I need to get up here and start killing some things. And with Immortals, oh man, do the Immortals ever take down buildings in a hurry? Try to take down some production facilities, so that he can't make any more units, or many more units at least. This is when another sentry would be useful. Bring in some more units and just get rid of some of this, and I think I'm going to lose another frontal attacking build right now. However, I'm 37 to 13. I have a ridiculous amount of minerals that I really should be working on. I'm still not doing anything with my robotics bay or with my robotics facility. I should get all the rest of my units into gas. I think I just started doing that. So then over in the income tab, look at that. That is what we're looking at as far as income goes. I'm basically just sort of planning to stay ahead. I can keep this advantage going. The EPM probably tells a completely different story at this point, which is 28. So this game is effectively all about pressure and just my ability or inability to continue pressure, and all I'm doing right now is just warping in as many friggin' zealots as I can, finally looking to get charged at 16 minutes. That's exactly when that happens. And this is when I see him making a small push moving out. I have no charge just yet. I have no upgrades. Let's see if he has any upgrades on these yet. 1-0. I'm at 0-0. I have no upgrades whatsoever. However, there's my first Colossus on its way out, and I'm trying to get a sentry or 2 just because I need that kind of thing. Bunch more zealots, mostly because that's all I've got, because I have a ridiculous amount of cash. I should have expanded. Yeah, with that much money, I should be expanding down here, getting more gases, more pylons, staying ahead of my supply count, and just moving a little bit faster, moving a little bit more forward. 30 EPM to my opponent's 50. He's trying to stay in this game, although he's definitely on the back foot at this point. Lots of bunkers down here. This Colossus is in danger of most of these missile turrets that he put up to begin with, because in spotting 2 or 3 observers, that was when he kind of freaked out and went a little bit crazy with that. Now, the thing is, with these zealots, the zealots are excellent against just this number of zealots in the front is quite handy. And I'm still trying to continue with the move forward. I'm still at 0-0. He's at 1-0. I'm getting one more Colossus as we come in, but I'm just sort of moving back and forth. He apparently took out that pylon. Here's a few more units. Now that the gas is rolling again, I can get back into stalkers and sentries, but I still have a ridiculous amount of money. Charge has started up. There's another gateway on its way. I'm just trying to build a few more, just a few more production buildings. I could probably be working on maybe a Twilight, or not a Twilight, but a Templar Archives I should be working on, because Archons would be quite magical in this event. I really need to work on my getting to Archon tech, because I'm just not quite managing to do it. I always screw up the mid-game, and the only reason that this mid-game worked really well for me was the amount of pressure that I was able to put on, I think. You tell me, you let me know if you think that this is kind of pressure was... Oh, this was the game I was looking for. If this was enough pressure, if I should have been pressuring... Well, I probably could have been pressuring more, but the problem is we're looking at 32 EPM, people. I mean, come on. So, yeah, THWOS is so OP. Yeah, totally OP. But, you know, there you go. Back him up, and I just keep force fielding and sentries. So, once again, use of the sentries probably won me this game. Maybe a little bit, but for the most part, just keeping pressure up. Losing quite a number of units and not microing my units is probably what did the worst against him. So leave me a comment down below. Send me an email, ziggyziggy@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter @ZiggyStarcraft. That was THWOS number 50. Stay tuned.